What's up? Oh my... Why? Why is it doing this? Hello, Iterate. The only person still watching Wrath of the Righteous. Boop. Oh... Boop. Oh... Boop. Boop. Yeah, good. Oh man. I love it, my camera resets all the settings. But we're soon done though, I heard. I heard that we're like, maybe one stream away. You redeemed it? Was Dwalius? Dwalius, the torturer. Dwalius the mad. To be fair though, redeeming it was great. I mean, I would not have gotten around to playing this for another, like, 2 years. Where's Dwalius now? He's probably driving around in his new Porsche. His new $500,000 Porsche. Honking at children and picking up ladies. We were talking about resting last time, and I got to the great answer that the secret ending kinda depends on time. Kinda. It's kinda time dependent. Perhaps a little bit time dependent. How do you write the Mashima thing again? Mashima Kunsetsu? Majima Kunsetsu. Kensetsu. Kenzetsu. I forgot, what was the... What's like the Jingmo Mafia? Yeah, what's up, Deb? Jingveon. Jingwon. I am going to bed. No, Deb, please. You have to. Can you stay a little bit at least? Come on, please. Just stay and watch the stream for a little bit. I promise I'll give more money to your charity. I promise. I didn't mean to donate so little. I'll give you way more money. I promise. Okay, I wanted to chill. I'm just gonna assume that if I start accidentally wearing away from the secret ending, people will the urge to backseat game will become so overwhelming that they won't be able to stop them from writing "stop" in all capital letters in the chat. I'm just gonna chill for 20 days to get rid of this thing. Then I will donate all of the YouTube revenue to charity. I will. I'll do that, guys. We had a pretty popular YouTube video. It has like 300 viewers. Think about that. Think about how much money that is. 300 viewers on one YouTube video. Skipoo? Skipoo. This chick is so down bad, it's crazy. Hey, mad. We're gonna get to do Darren's quest today, I think. Finally, we're gonna get around to doing Darren's quest. Bro, what is all this crap? Famous recruiter acquiring unclaimed property. Oh, alright, okay. Makes sense. Tiefling is right. Okay, that makes sense. Who is Darren? He's the blonde guy. That sounds like Silas. I feel like I can absolutely just crush these dudes. Maybe I can't though. Maybe I'm being delusional. Delusional. You know what? I should wait until this army comes and reinforces me. He's the guy that has a weird outerworldly spirit stuck inside him. I mean, we've been waiting. Oh. Oops. We've been waiting to figure out what the hell is going on with them. When did this game turn into top-down Total War? Sorry. Oh, it's been like that the entire time. Yeah, that's been the game the entire time. Oh, wrong way. Alright, we don't have the bonus Master of Maneuver yet. Listen, I understand that you Zoomers don't have the attention span for games like this, okay? That's on me. I'll take that on my cloak, okay? I should have known. Can I move these guys up? Yeah. Could there be another... These guys. Oh. Okay, let's see here. I shall... There's still 6 armies, and down here... we need to head down here too. Skip a day. Okay, my entire game just lagged for no reason. The fate of Baphomet's fire. Baphomet fire. Water. Sure, this will be an incredible piece of equipment. But all the various fire spells deal an additional 46 of fire damage while making them suffer a -2 penalty to AC. I can't tell what the wording here. Does this mean... Yeah, I don't know what this means. Whenever of the short kills an enemy with the fire spell, the enemy to the ability damage and their mental scores are increased for 3 rounds. In addition, all various allies. When it says while making them suffer -2, are you saying that the enemy takes a -2 penalty to AC? These skills grant the wearer the ability to ignite inner fire within themselves, while the ability is active. The wearer suffers 2d6 fire damage. This damage bypasses all resistance per round, but deals the same amount to enemies with every melee attack that hits. In addition, whenever the wearer is mounted, they can use the ability on a mount instead of themselves. When the wearer with these gloves lands a sneak attack against an enemy, the enemy becomes vulnerable to fire for 1 round. This is for additional 2 fire damage. Whenever an enemy who has been hit by at least once takes fire damage from any source, it's often most suitable. Oh, we gotta check what number is a little bit. Can Ember afford a chest piece? What is Ember wearing on her chest piece? I think she doesn't have anything special. Ember. ADC against all. Does caster level increase above level 20? It doesn't. Oh, the +5 confidence bonus on caster level checks across spell resistance is pretty nice though. Is it nicer than dealing 46 additional damage on all fire spells and reducing AC by 2? What gloves are you using? These gloves are like melee gloves, unfortunately, so... we'll shoot shirt, I guess. This is Darren. Darren was there for a second. Yeah, but I like to call him Darren. Darren. I think doing Tiefling Slice Pro makes sense. What are we waiting for in terms of like... Oh, is this thing? Ends in 6 days. Oh. Oh. Ah. 9. Okay, Torture Clan, head down here. And now we just chill out again, I guess. Put these guys up here where they can easily traverse the map. Now we're just kind of waiting for... I think I just keep removing these guys from the game and put them into the reserve. I'm spending 80 energy points, but I'm getting almost the same amount per day, so it's like 3 units basically. Baphomet. Skurs. These are kind of juicy, huh? We go again. I don't know if Soul Shell's quest is done. I guess it probably is. Alright, Torture Clan. Go. Time to go commit mass murder. Where's this go? Goes in a circle. Gotcha. Alright, this might be a bad idea. I don't think it is, but it might be. Dude, is this... What? What is this window supposed to be? Are we gonna run out of spell slots here eventually? Yeah, we got a bunch of vampires and liches. Not good. Okay, now we have less vampires and liches. I thought the Lich is probably biggest threat here. Vampires might be able to charm though. Maybe just go super charge mode. Oh, they heal, though. Alright, let's send the assassins in. Woof woof. very engaging. Okay, the assassins do a lot of damage, but they're very squishy, it seems like. I think they're doing damage on par with the axe throwers, though, which is pretty crazy. The Crusaders encounter a group of volunteers from Ustalav who joined the Crusade around 60 years ago. Unfortunately, their leader, an influential noble, turned out to be an undercover vampire. He corrupted his army, spread the plague of undeath among the soldiers before putting his unholy corpse to the torch. The Crusaders stripped his body of ancient relics of his family. A cruel necrotic dagger. What does necrotic do? Oh. This is probably a real fight. But I think we'll be fine. I think we'll do one of these. Okay, yeah, I think we'll be fine. Spellcasting in this minigame, a little bit powerful, I would say. I wouldn't say broken. I would just say a little bit powerful. Once upon a time, an altar of a dragon god Apsu stood atop this high mountain. His noble children used to protect this place of power from demons, but the corruption of the world would devour their bodies and minds, turning them into undead monsters. However, even having lost their sanity, never harmed the sacred altar. Damn, that was enough to level up. Crazy. Wacy in my nacy. Sila reports the Crusaders investigating the stone souls are awaiting an audience in Dresden. Oh. I gotta see what we're supposed to do about that one quest. We got to the one with the missing soldiers or whatever. Elan looks calm, but determined. Commander, I'm glad to see you've returned from the Abyss. Alright, here's the deal. He'll get straight to the point. While we were in the Abyss, these folks discovered where the souls are being kept. The ones that were stolen by the demons. Well, I wouldn't say we discovered it exactly. I may be a cleric, but there are limits to my power. Especially in the world wound. However, we do know the general location. When I was looking for the souls, I had a vision. I saw a rock that looked like a gravestone, and beneath it was an entrance to a cave. I know that the rock is on the outskirts of the Winged Wood. It was not difficult to recognize the ancient forest. It's been burning for decades in an unquenchable fire that started by demons. I'm certain that this is where the souls are being held, but I don't know what awaits us beneath the rock. Anyway, Ela and I have decided to go there. Find the souls and rough up any demons or cultists that get in our way. But we'd love to have your help. Oh, you don't have any idea what's inside the cave. No, we don't, but we can guess. Do you remember what, or rather, who started all of this? The esteemed jeweler Derek Sunhammer and his damn trinkets? Well, we did some digging on him, and we believe he's one of Baphomet's cultists. Think about their methods, their magic, and their ability to infiltrate society and strike when least expected. It all sounds exactly like our jeweler friend. If you're right, we think this location might be a cultist hideout. It makes sense that he would have taken the stolen souls to a safe location in the wound. What happened to the bodies of the trapped souls? We were going to move them to Canabras and Queen evacuate the city, but we couldn't. It was too dangerous to transport them. The clerics needed to focus all their efforts on sustaining the lives and health of the victims. And there were armies of demons roaming the road, so we stayed in Dresden. Elan's brave friends protected the bodies. They defended the infirmary in your absence. Many of them were grievously wounded, but they succeeded in their task. Alright, I'll help you. Elan nods. I'll leave at once. I'll scout out the area and keep a watch on the cave and its surroundings. I'll share my findings when you arrive. My heartfelt thanks for the help, Commander. And I should return to my duties as a cleric. I have much to do in Dresden. I'm just itching to give my blade a taste of those soul-stealing cultists. But the most important thing is that we save the victims, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Thank you, Kiryu. I just wanted you to know I really appreciate your help. I know these cultists are our enemies anyway, but I'm glad that you're not ignoring the plight of the ordinary people, like the ones who robbed off their souls. I figure approaches you, but it takes you a moment to recognize who it is. Jana, the ill-fated deserter from the Eagle Watch. She looks very different from the last time you saw her. She's calm and collected, though her face is a little pale, and you notice a scar on her right temple, jagged and fresh. Jenna, Scylla beams to her friend, you're here! Yeah, I'm here. Jenna falters and blurts out, Scylla, how can you be smiling at someone who failed you? I thought you'd never want to see me again. I mean, I'll definitely give you a piece of my mind once we're in private. Whoa. Scylla pretends to look stern, but I'm really glad you're okay. Scylla's words bring a small smile to Jenna's lips. Then the former deserter turns to you. But let me tell you why I'm here. I have business with you, or rather a request. Commander. Jenna hesitates, then continues resolutely. I know about the stolen souls. I want to help you search for them. I've come to ask if you would let me join Scylla on this mission. Please, give me another chance. We'll discuss that in a moment. First, I want to know how you ended up in Dresden. There's not much to tell. As I'm sure you remember, you chose not to punish me. You allowed me to go free, so I went to Canabris. I figured I'd forget all about the Crusades, have a fresh start, but it didn't work out. I heard the news about you and Scylla, that you had descended into the abyss, and, well, I couldn't stop thinking about everything I'd left behind. As soon as I caught wind of your return, I hightailed it to Dresden as fast as I could, but when I got here, I just couldn't find the courage to approach you, so I waited outside the citadel until I saw Elon and Scylla. I knew you must be planning something together, and that's when I realized this was my chance to make amends. I might never get another opportunity to prove myself, so I came to see you. That's why I'm here. Why do you want to join us? Because I can't stand by and do nothing, Gunnar exclaims vehemently. This entire story began with us, with our League of the Inspiring Cart. Then I got cold feet and abandoned you, and then you saved me in the Molten Scar. If I don't help you now, I'll feel like I've been written out of my own life story. How can I trust you? How do I know that you've changed? Last time we fought demons together, you ran away. You abandoned us and deserted your unit. People change, Seal says quietly. All I have is my word. Jenna meets your gaze resolutely. My word and my desire to redeem myself, but it's your decision. Very well, I'll give you a chance to redeem yourself. Go to Elon and help him. We'll meet you there. Really? I won't let you down. We're just saving a cart full of booze this time. We're not just saving a cart full of booze this time. This is much more important, but that just means we have to succeed. Failure's not an option. Failure's not an option. You're not a threat, you're a popsicle. What am I supposed to do about this thing? Insignificant losses. Oh, there's just an army we have to kill, okay. Do we feel like this army could stand up against something like this? Maybe. Probably not. Because of these barbarians. The thing is, she's just not a good enough spellcaster to get away with it. Gather round, let me tell you a tale of a blinking mage. I think if demons are gonna spawn here, we need to upgrade this Necromancer's Grave. And if you upgrade it, we can, oh, I haven't even... If you upgrade it, we can also, build a teleporter there. And it's like, about as far as we can get from... Oh, we did... Where? Never mind. As you can get from Dresden, in this area. Citizens are amended upon hearing the guaranteed equal rights with other races. Nice. A renowned artisan who forged enchanted weapons has come to the commander bringing 2 gifts. One blade is old and rusty, the other blade is heavily light and is incredibly sharp. The artisan is offering the commander the choice of whichever sword fits him. Well, the rusty sword, choose the radiant sword. Give both swords to end despite the artisan's protests. The 2 blades, water. Cheating time. What's this thing? Oh, Path of the Angel. Reveal Radiance. Wait. There's supposed to be a Reveal Radiance option here, but I can't do it. Did I accidentally sell Radiance? There's no shot I sold Radiance, right? I have it here. Radian? Any option? You're saying there's a revealed radiance option, but I don't see any revealed radiance option, so... I'll give it to Daniel, like you said. Did you know Rusty Sword holds a divine blessing that the artisan has obviously been trying to surpass his whole life in vain? I wonder what happened if you melt both blades together to make a single one. Knowing then, this advised the commander's loyal craftsman reforged the 2 swords into one. The upset blacksmith left Reston cursing that damned airhead. Armed Yankees! Two more days, nothing. Nice. I don't know if there's any army that can stand against the Torture Clan at this point. Unless I'm completely out of mana. But even then... Well, yeah, if I'm out of mana. Oh, this Marilith is a big boy. That was not very impressive. Umeo mo shinderu. Nice. Oh my god, they exploded themselves. Whoops, my bad. Jesus, that's awkward. Dude, if I didn't have magic spells there, that's a game over, I think. I didn't think about that. Their stacks are that big, they do so much self-damage. The mountain where the enemy camp was set up has a great view of the surrounding lands. It is no surprise that the demons decided to claim this strategic point. Wasting no time, the soldiers started erecting a fort that would be the commander's eye in the region. Most paladin units can cast 2 spells in a single turn. All spike units can use their spells 1 additional time. This feels not good. This might be good. I don't feel like there's enough. I don't feel like there are enough units in the game, spellcasting units, to warrant that. But maybe there are. My bye. Nice. The war wears soldiers down and defeat is added to sink in order to reinforce the spin the commander's staff customers will new solutions. Well, we're currently researching Heavenly Warriors, so we gotta be chill kitty cat, I guess. Oh, recruitment time. Bards. I could have maybe done Rangers. We don't have any of these other units, I don't believe. Bards sound kind of cool, though. We have paladins? What is, yeah, we do have paladins. Does he have the marksman? No, he doesn't. That means that these guys... Oh, wait, I should have... on that. Are these also... No, they're not bigger. Bigger's better. This army ready to travel to... over here somewhere. I don't exactly know where they are, but... You guys should be heading down here. You dude should be heading down here. I wish there was a button to just like auto merge. Like, just send this unit to merge with those guys, please, por favor. There goes, more demons for you. Exactly what you need, right? Oh, I can use auto arms now. As units to the target army with a total value of 500 X mythic rank, the unit type is just randomly. Boop. Skip a day. Our reserve currently has 17,000 strength in it. That's pretty good. Let's disband these divas again. And then let's do a reserve call. Let's see how that ends up for us. I'm currently dying, but I redeemed this game, so here I am. Currently dying? What do you mean? The hell? What does that mean? Are you still ill? Violently ill? Please don't die. Drove 400 kilometers, my leg is... See, I told you guys he was in his car. Picking up honeys. I said that. We need more banger redeems like that. Internet is not joking either, by the way. That's the crazy part. I like redeems that force me to play games that would have taken me 8 years to play myself. Well, I can't just let the homies down to get rid. Well, I've disabled the game redeems for now, though. So. GG. Stay mad. Stay mad, little kiddo.
Open the door!
Open the door! I'm just gonna walk up here and get these dudes so I don't have to micro too much. Though we're gonna get a lot of units tomorrow also. There will be more microing, unfortunately. I don't know how it works. Like if I do damage to his army, will I get less XP when I defeat it, or is it just based on this level, which won't change? Like I don't know how that works. The only honeys I picked up are these honey butter biscuits. Honey butter. Honey butter. And armor of 95 strength. Strengthen the second surface. Okay, we got a brass dragon. This is what I got for all that stuff. We got a brass dragon, 3 assassins and 6 monks. There's actually no shot. There's actually no shot That is disgustingly disappointing. Expensive AF dragons. Yeah, they're not even that good though. The dragons have been like the biggest disappointment in my army building history. I mean, the breath weapons are very powerful. Don't get me wrong, but don't get me wrong. Let's put it with the Tartarus warrior. Wait, what is that? Some of your most common units? There's no shot those are my most common units. Maybe in like terms of raw power they are. Probably point value, yeah, maybe. Let's see if these bandits can do anything useful. How much damage do these guys do? That's okay. Now it's time to Omeomo Shinderu. Less PC chair, why did I ever leave hope? What's this? What's this 400-kilometer trip you've been on? What the hell? This is Euro dish for Top Gear? Damn, these assassins are actually kind of sicko mode. Gather round, let me tell you. I need to run up the march before the first service, so me and some friends drove 200 kilometers away for lunch. What the hell? I have to do this. Got there decided we weren't hungry, so just... What the hell? What the hell? What the helly? I'm a little peckish, let me drive 200 kilometers. An army of Baphomet's fierce warriors was reduced to dust by the Crusaders. Their leader couldn't believe he'd lost till the very end, even as his life was bleeding out of him. He kept staring at the unholy relic in his hands, astonished. Prisoners have said that this relic, intended to bring death to mortals, was apparently granted by Baphomet himself. You're immune to fatigue and exhaustion, okay. What an awful breastplate. What a god-awful breastplate. So if you go the Swarm path as a mythic path, does this card just get really upset at Spaghetti about it? My lord! An unfamiliar knight enters the hall, a white-bearded man clad in armor that's polished to a sheen and adorned with an image of a Yomeda's sword. Despite his age, his movements are confident and his eyes are sharp. The knight's voice trembles ever so slightly, not because of his years, but because of his barely restrained temper. I have come to report treason! Who are you? Sir Thomas Songar, paladin by the grace of Ayomede and your loyal servant. Until recently I was Captain Harmond's adjutant. I was mostly involved in the staff work. Alas, I'm no longer of age to be fighting on the front lines. A shame that my chance to introduce myself to you has made possible under such disgraceful circumstances. Where's Captain Harmond? I'd say he's already made it halfway to Nerosian. That's what I've come here to report, my lord. You are, of course, familiar with the Very. They're a circle of schemers who have been stirring up trouble practically since the beginning of your crusade. They're politicians undermining our holy war with their petty intrigues. How many times have you routed them? And after each time, they were back at it again? Sir Thomas shakes his fist, then gets a hold of himself and continues more calmly. I beg your pardon. I mean to tell you something that you didn't already know about them. Something I sadly didn't know either until now. The leader of the Wary, this whole time, the one who incited their insubordination time and time again, it was none other than Captain Harmond. Can you catch him earlier? Because I got one check to like know something suspicious was going on, but That traitor, that blockheaded fool, since the very beginning he thought you were unworthy to lead the crusade. He thwarted each one of his preposterous intrigues, and now he has resolved to mutiny. The captain went to Nerosian to bring back an army. Our supposed reinforcements. The moment you let them into the city, he'll order them to seize you. Okay. Brother. Once that's done, he'll try to take command of the crusade in your place. The nerve. If foolish arrogance could be used as firewood, this army would never have to worry about keeping itself warm in the winter. Listen. You are not grabbing a level 20 monk that has 8 mythic levels with an army. That's not happening, brother. I would kill a minimum of 8 soldiers each turn, but if I do my breath attack, I would kill like, well, my breath attack works against everything else on my enemy, right? So what, like 1,000 soldiers every turn? What are you suggesting? I know the traitor was face retribution, but what if treason has not yet overwhelmed him completely? Grant the captain a chance to gather his wits. Also, the memorial service in honor of the fallen crusaders. Our reinforcements arrive, we'll invite him to join us in praying our respects to our comrades. Remembrance of the fallen is always important, but it won't be much good to us right now. Our main concern must be coming up with a way to avoid bloodshed among the crusaders. We can introduce a new holiday, let's say a day of all good gods. We'll greet the army with a feast and make the new arrivals sit at one table with our veterans. Let them talk candidly, and they'll see that they are surrounded by brothers and sisters. If Captain Armus gives his sentence order, no one will have the heart to obey. We'll turn the traitor's plan against him. Dresden will become a mousetrap. We let the traitors in, close the gates, lock them inside a confined space. Then we demand that they turn in the ringleader. We will execute him in plain view of the troops. The good captain wants to play at intrigue. I'll show him how it's done. A couple letters to the right people in Norsin, and he'll will never leave the city. Sir Thomas, how did you learn of the treason? Remember the debacle the Very had with their inane mutiny? That was when I first became suspicious. All the traitors were close to the captain. A pity that I didn't report his suspicions on the spot. I didn't think it would be befit an injunction in form of his superior. But I heard his speeches at the officer meeting, how he blamed you for suppressing the rightfully disgruntled traitors. Those words put me on high alert. The captain left Nosian to oversee the arrangements regarding your new allies' support. I made my way into his quarters and searched them. The captain left in a great hurry. He didn't even check to see if the letters he'd thrown into the fireplace had burned properly. There were just some charred scraps left, but what they said was enough to figure out where he was going and what his plans were. And you didn't bring the letters to me so I could confirm this, okay? The Queen has ventured deep into the world wound. Why, what hasn't he followed her? We haven't heard a word from Her Majesty in a long time. We all can sense that, even if she is alive. It's likely that she'll triumph. The Queen must be saved, and it looks like the captain doesn't believe that you're up to the task. No, that's not right. He convinced himself that you are intentionally delaying the expedition to let her die. He hopes that, once you've been disposed, he can bring all the remaining forces to her aid. What I find the most tragic is that I understand the captain to some extent. Despite all his intrigue, deep down he's still a true knight, but just like any knight, he is fully devoted to his lady. Didn't you notice? From the very start, his loyalty was not towards you, nor the crusade, but to Galfrey. To her and her alone. When she set out to his, he desperately wanted to accompany her, but his queen gave him a different task. Armand had to wait for Mendavian reinforcements in Dresden, form a secondary army, and only then could he move out in support of Galfrey. When you arrived, he took command. I think it was a painful blow to him. Choosing humanity over the cruelty often proves to be a better way of handling disputes and problems. The soldiers are not at fault for being led by a criminal. They don't even know what he's up to. Before he gives the order to revolt, we'll receive the army as welcome guests. We'll seat them right next to our soldiers, let the two armies become one. We'll offer our prayers to the gods, then remind everyone that the spirit of the crusade is more important than our trivial quarrels. Once that happens, even if the captain is foolish enough to issue his order, no one will comply. That's your kind of plan, Sila. It hinges on extraordinary, optimistic view of human nature. I, for one, believe that no matter what, the captain will certainly be foolish enough to give the order, and his troops will be foolish enough to carry it out. Rachel, what do you suggest? The army doesn't know it's following a traitor. He wants to order them to arrest the commander, but we'll be one step ahead. We'll let the troops into Dresden, surround them, then promise to spare their lives if they turn in homage. Then, we can tell the warriors what sort of crime they were almost drawn into. right before we execute the conspiracy in public. They'll be grateful to you for sparing them, but for them from unknowingly becoming complicit in treason. Lessons like these ones you pay for not with time or gold, but with blood. These lessons are invaluable, both to soldiers and officers. One second, I'm gonna pull my notes. I'm out of mana. Risky. What if he orders his troops to attack first? What if the troops listen to him? There'll be a slaughter. No need to diffuse the situation carefully without resorting to direct confrontation. No, we need. Sorry. They're in your opinion, please. I have plenty of powerful acquaintances in Eorzean. Some of them owe me favors, and I can offer a lot to others. An army captain is not that big of a fish. A letter or two and he'll vanish like he never existed in the first place. As for the nobles that will help us, we'll have a nice shared secret, and secrets in common bring up people together. Having friends in high places that are bound by split blood will open new possibilities for us. I believe that you and your cronies are unscrupulous enough to murder a captain of the crusade. What I find harder to believe is that you'll be able to pull it off in Eorzean, the heart of Mendev, without getting caught red-handed. And even if you do somehow get away with it, the crusade command shouldn't stoop to covert assassinations. Thomas, what is your advice? Greet the advancing army with the morning bells toll. We will step out towards them and invite them to join us in prayer for all who have fallen in the battle during this war. Captain Armin's plan is foolish, but he's a man of honor. We'll help him come to his senses and think better of issuing a treasonous order. A traitor is positive he's in the right. As soon as you take one step towards him, he'll command his forces to draw their weapons. Your plan amounts to surrender. Alright, all generals gain +1 level to Heavenly Ward feat for 30 days. This feat has 9 levels? Oh. All generals gain 50,000 experience points. It's a repeatable decree. Ooh. Oh wait, do they get... Oh, it's a repeatable thing, okay. So the infirmary size would increase by, like 9, by like, how many percentage is that? Almost 250%? The thing, I don't think this is a, like, the racial thing here seems really good. Like, this is the one I probably want the most by far now, because just getting 50,000 experience every 10 days seems really, really awesome. But like, this is like not Kiryu at all, right? All generals gain +1 level to the Mighty Servant feat. This... A random allied Crusader army is recruited at the commander's headquarters. Okay. So, for this I spend 40,000, and I just get like a random army? 3 armies. I guess I'll listen to Sir Thomas, probably. It's him or Sela. I'll listen to Sir Thomas. Sir Thomas, I'll listen to your advice. We'll greet the army with a memorial service. I just want to see like what these armies look like. Let's hope this will awaken the captain's dormant conscience. I wouldn't dare hope that it'll awake his common sense. I hope none of the quests are like time-based. I haven't seen any time-based on any of the quests yet, but I'm a little bit worried when I'm like skipping 30 days. That's be a way they could have reduced the load times here. Like, I mean, these load times are crazy. There's one quest with burning soldiers in Canabras that you rush, you didn't even notice they could die. In Canabras? Well, yeah, okay, but are there any other quests like that happening right now, though? Do I need to go carefully look at the quests? Act 1 200 hours ago, yeah. Well, not even 200 hours. It's 260 hours at this point, right? Yeah, 260 hours ago. Okay, let's look at these quests. This one is not time-based. Probably not time-based, I would assume, because it's the main quest. Probably not time-based, probably not time-based. These are probably not time-based, I would assume. Probably not time-based, probably not time-based, right? And I feel like they're probably specified that, like, oh, you gotta get there soon. And also, when the game says soon, it probably means like within like 3 months or something. Would be my guess. Like you should prioritize mythic quests to get your mythic 9 to more fun. Oh yeah, sure, that makes sense. Which one is the mythic quest? Is it to go to the labyrinth or whatever? She's delivered. Oh, right. Yeah, okay, we should. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I agree with that. We should do that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's start with that today then. Once I'm done skipping, I just want Northern Lights. Once I've done that. Did you pick up the Shitstorm Tower? No. I haven't done anything. Once I have this Northern Lights, we'll do that. Makes sense. I just want to get the Northern Lights thing done, and then we can, well, we'll do the Mythic quest first so I can turn into a dragon. That's a really good idea. Good backseating. Great backseating. I would have waited until the very end of that, probably. Oh my god, these are huge armies. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Uh-oh. Stinky. Okay, this might actually be trouble. I might have bitten up more than I can chew here. Oh. No bonus turn. That's a bad look. This guy's gonna one-shot the dragon, right? Ow. Oh, never mind, we're fine. We're fine, the fight's just gonna take an hour. Do we Umeo Mo Shinderu? I don't think we do, because if there's 2 units there, they will probably do their thing. I think we chill until... Ooh, that's scary. Ooh, that's scary. I want to jump into this, guys, but... if it's fine. Nice, that's great. I can't risk this guy standing up and doing a channel. It would kill my entire army. So I'm not supposed to run around with such small armies. Well, how am I supposed to get a bigger army? I did anything before assembling a 2k Archer Doomstag. I kind of want it to be challenging, but it's like the game is trying the hardest it can to not make anything challenging. If the spellcasting wasn't this overpowered, I couldn't do this, right? But the spellcasting is just completely bonkers broken. But a mighty blow, one of the Crusaders slashed through the dragon's dull and worn scales, along with his stinky guts, the dented armor of a knight spilled from the beast's belly. Overcoming his guts, Sora examined the remains of an unlucky dragon slayer and found an interesting relic. The way to make it challenging is to not use the mage generals. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. A little bit late for me, but that is fair. Let's see how this works out. Do. I feel like Alcat probably could have balanced their game too. Though. I feel like that, you know, maybe is that unreasonable? is it unreasonable that I think that Alcat could have maybe just balanced their game too? I really don't know if I can take this army up here or not, but I kind of want to try. I'll wait for one more recruitment cycle. I think these marksmen are gonna fuck these guys up though. Let me move the Jingwong Mafia up here. An eccentric Crusader Knight has secretly hatched a rifted drake from an egg and is trying to train the vicious creature. This drake has already killed several servants, but it's beginning to obey some of the commands issued to it. The noble is asking for permission to obtain a few more drakes. All generals gain the pet drake ability. What the hell? All carrying the swift mounts for 30 days. Reform the drake. Trace recruit that command. Ooh! What's the poison ability? Damn! That's kind of crazy. What the hell? I'll reform the drake. That seems like a dragon thing to do. There's really no Baphomet. Not Baphomet. There's no... Yeah, Apsu. Yeah. There's no Apsu choice here? They're still young and inexperienced, the commander's guidance... Or maybe that is it, actually. Will overcome its evil nature and nudge him to walk the path of Apsu. Who knows how many drakes the commander will be able to educate. Ooh. Brother, ooh. What is that, brother? Alright, time to continue murdering. Murder. Party's so hard to get to. Oh. I'll go for the pin. And to be fair, if like part of the problem, right, is that the other option to just the other option compared to using spells is just what you did, right? Which just you just get a giant stack and you just win anyway. It feels like this mode is very poorly balanced, and in order to make it difficult, you pretty much have to like giga nerf yourself and like work with some insane constraints. I suppose, yeah, of course. Ah, I didn't move close enough? Okay, whatever. Whatever. Omewa mo shinderu. What the hell was that? This guy's a big guy. Oh yeah, this is the guy we had, right? But we only had two of them. Pre-nerf tactical general with permastun? Yeah, of course. I mean, if you can permastun, then obviously that's gonna be a pretty viable strat. I'm a whole 1 damage, pretty good. Meanwhile, assassins are they're pumping damage. Okay, you guys aren't worth even using. Just let the assassins handle this. The demon cultists fought to the last, using their charms to dominate and kill many soldiers. The cleric who examined her corpse found a decorated pin in her hair, one which emanated dark energies. The terrible trophy was sent to the commander that he could decide his fate. Commander. This has no save? Question mark. I wonder which one soundbite from what direction would make a good redeem. I like. You're not a threat. You're a popsicle. That's one that stands out the most to me. Does this not have a save? Isn't that crazy? I don't know what other... I can't even think of another soundbite right now. Like I can think of all the voice lines, but I can't think of anything that's like stands out as being like really cool. I'm in danger. Never mind. I take it back. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. My one then is inane ramblings. The mining settlement built by the gold mines wasn't ravaged by demons. A flock of corrupted dragons who allowed greed and demonic energy to taint their hearts killed all the mortals and feasted on their bodies. In the darkness of the mines, they were laying on the heaps of glinting ore until the Crusaders came along and brought retribution. You're not a threat, you're a retribution. I think you're not a threat, you're a popsicle is a good one. Like that one I actually think about in like my day-to-day. But I think that's only because I added the popsicle part. The city of Katapesh remembers the villainous Saoris, a beautiful as she was depraved. This priestess was born into the family of a noble magician, Kontir. After he witnessed his daughter's disturbing inclinations, he sought to root out the little girl's taint. Oh? Oh, what? He did what? Through purifying rituals, but all of his efforts were for naught. Theoris' heart was evil through and through. She ate her father and swore herself to the demon lord Nocticula, who gifted her with a magic pin that could seduce and enslave people's minds after it tasted a single drop of their blood. Theoris used it to dominate Kontir. Swill then used his magic to bring death and destruction to the townsfolk of Katapesh. Her army grew day after day as she used the pin to enthrall new servants. Theoris reveled in her cruelty, and her terror lasted for many years. She smiled as she handed weapons to children and promised them freedom if they spilled the blood of their fathers. She made no sacrifice to Nocticula and forced her father, Kontir, to incinerate entire settlements. and yet the magician managed to retain a few shreds of free will. Not wishing to serve evil, Conter tricked his daughter into exploring an abandoned temple of Callistra, the goddess of lost inventions. Tempted by the treasure and unaware that the temple was cursed, Theoris agreed, and so she and her father set out to meet their doom together. The temple's most precious treasure was the Book of Redemption. Clad in a cover of gold and jewels, it was magnificent. Theoris thought the book contained destructive spells, but realized her mistake the moment she opened it. All the braziers in the abandoned temple flared up, and crimson words seeped onto the empty page. The Book of Redemption chronicled Cersei's guilty acts in blood. The priestess cried out in unbearable pain as the curse struck her. Any murderer who entered the temple fell prey to their own crimes, endlessly experiencing the agony felt by each of their victims. The temple's door slammed shut and the magic of the pin faded. Theoris and Contir found themselves trapped at the altar. Delirious with pain, the priestess stabbed her father to death with the disempowered pin, and then pierced her own heart. But her spirit found no rest in the afterlife. The agonizing face of the priestess kept haunting the subsequent owner of the pin for years, and even after the cursed item found its way back to Nocticula, Sayoris the Crimson refused to vanish for good. Wow, the world's not ending just yet. Who even says that? Whose line is that? Darren. Yeah, well, I'm not using Darren. I don't even know if I've heard him say that. Uh-oh. Stinky. Dude, 25 Rifted Drakes? These seem kind of broken, I think, probably. Sayoris pin. Well, we'll deal with that when we get there. I think Darren seems like a pretty cool companion. It's just it didn't fit in with me, unfortunately. But I like his character. I really like the part where he said, "You're not a threat, you're a popsicle." Ooh, headhunters. Oh, assassins. $42K for 6 months. I'm doing it. I'm spending all my money on these dudes. Okay, you guys are going together. And then let's see here. Okay, so this is an army of 3. They're going down here. Whenever, forever, we're meant to be together. This army, I need these sorceresses to split off. Is it? Yeah, it's Machima Konsetsu. Cool. So Machima Konsetsu has these guys. We just buy the monks. We are the black monks. Now these guys are good to go. You guys can head right down here with your friends. And then 2. Then we buy these dudes. Buy these dudes. And they come over here. And once they reach this location, we go attack that level 11 army with our Probably our weakest fighter. I'll head up here and wait for reinforcements. We'll be chill kitty cats for a little bit. Urgent meeting, okay. Justice for Darren. Who in my team would you replace to put Darren in? Commander, troops from Neurosin have arrived as planned. We have held a memorial service to honor fallen. The mournful scene made Captain Harmon come to his senses, and he refrained from giving any treasonous orders. Olbrig? That's insane. That's crazy. It's all true. The captain bows his head. I realized that I was about to commit a great betrayal, and praise Ra. I stopped myself in time. I appreciate praise Ra? Who the hell is Ra? I appreciate that, having learned of my plans, you didn't give the order to kill me immediately. You granted me a chance to repent. There can be no excuse for my actions. I regret them, and I humbly stand ready to accept your punishment. I knew you'd come to senses. Harmon always seemed like an honorable soldier. You should spare him. One who betrayed you will do it again. It would be unwise to give him... Okay, Regil. Regil, you did that. You did that. You betrayed me. This motherfucker betrayed me. Hypocrite? How touching. Or maybe the good captain took notice that we had more people under our command than he did and thought it best to have timely change of heart. I don't know why. What did you hope to accomplish? Because of Her Majesty, I admit. I've always believed that she is the only one who is fit to lead the crusade. Your appointment angered me, because I wasn't serving the cause, only her. I served the Queen blindly against my better judgment and her own wishes. I'll never forget the day I first met her. At that moment, my heart was lost forever. Of course, I didn't dare tell her of my feelings. Instead, I chose the path of servitude. It's why I could only ever accept her at the head of the crusade, but never you. Why didn't you give the order to arrest me? The morning bell, its toll reminded me of everyone we've lost, of everyone I would have betrayed had I decided to oppose you. It was as if they surrounded me, watching me with wordless disapproval. My conscience made me stay my hand. I forgive you and believe that your repentance is sincere. Like you should have from the start. By Ra's name, I don't deserve your forgiveness and can be only your advisor no longer. I must go to the front lines where I can redeem myself with blood. You have my thanks and apologies. I praise your mercy, Commander. I see why your troops are ready to follow you to the ends of the earth, or even to the abyss itself. This council and you personally have achieved the impossible. You've restored our morale and brought unity and order. You never listened to the malicious detractors and stayed true to your cause, working one step at a time, building a determined and unshakable army, while it can defeat the forces of the abyss. If I'd chosen the harmless options, would like this not have happened? A few years ago, none of the Crusaders could have even imagined that the cause would amass this kind of power. At times, you built your war machine through very unconventional methods, but it would be foolish to deny their effectiveness. The results speak for themselves. Your army is a thing of beauty, alright? Can't buy one thing like it with money. It's built by unique talent. Perhaps you're a genius in that regard. On second thought, forget I said that. No need to spoil you with praise. I'm certain that no one will ever dare to plot against you, Commander, or even doubt you. Let's put an end to this mutiny and deliver the final blow to the abyss. Lead us forth, Commander. Alex, Commander. Okay, so we need logistics, and we're just really far behind. Did I just get logistics for just building buildings? Is that like the easiest way? I don't have any money because I spend it on recruitment, but... Okay, so I should just spam build buildings then pretty much. And it's just big buildings just give you the same, and small buildings give you the same, essentially. Is it even the same? It's 8k, yeah. It even adds up to the same, so you don't really have to worry about it. I'll just build more hospitals here, we just need the points for it. I'll just spam hospitals. Well, actually, we can do this. Oh, we already had an alchemist laboratory, whoops. Oh. Maybe I should just buy... How many points do I risk? Let me just buy 10,000 points. What else am I spending money on? Hospital. 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 I need 2,000 points. Hospital. You're not a threat, you're a hospital. I wish you could have like a TTS thing where it's like it plays the soundbite, then it inserts like the TTS. I could just have you're not a threat, you're a blank. Okay, we got 6 more days of spam resting, pretty much. Oh, this is the army of what? Bro, there's no shot I spent 40,000 points on 2,500 conscripts and 100 slingers. Maybe the slingers are decent, I guess they're ranged units. Let's look. What would we replace the slingers for? Maybe the shield bearers? I feel like the shield bearers aren't really doing much. Honestly, these bronze dragons are doing nothing, but I gotta keep them because I'm a dragon guy. Nah, I'll just suspend the slingers. Even if they're good, I just don't care. You're not a threat, you're a popsicle. No shot, I spent 40,000 points on that. Insane. Was that an enemy army I saw moving? It was. That was an enemy army. They who do not seek to know their enemy and fail to forge a path of victory will know to fall. The secret of success lies in the force instead of in hand. Okay. Military decree. You're not a threat, mate. You're a freaking popsicle. Okay, are these close enough to attack now? Probably not, huh? Let's see. Okay, yeah, this is a bad idea. Continue. 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 Okay, 69 paladins. I mean, that's a pretty solid number of paladins, I feel like. How many factions of the Crusaders' army has increased? The military council requests that the Crusade leader attend their meeting and receive updated report. So, is military council logistics? No. Oh, we still need military points, I just realized. Oh, I thought we were done with that. I thought that was Harmut's thing. Okay, it's a hand axe. We can't give that to Grey Boar. Critical threat range is doubled. That's pretty good, probably. Oh, but it's only double for attacks per 20, I guess. Wait, these all have a different story attached to them? Why? Why would they write so much? I don't, it just put your critical threat range is doubled in the middle here, and I can't tell if they're implying that it's doubled with attacks per 20 or not. I'll just go for this thing, I guess. The fate of Zayori's pin. That one I'm actually curious about. We will wait one additional day for that one, see what it is. Ojima Kunsetsu. Have 41 more sorcerers, that's pretty powerful. That's pretty poggers. I believe I have no axe hunters though. Lame. Wait. Oh, yeah, handmasters. Alright, let's go commit murder. Mass murder. I might even lose this. Like, what does this guy have? He has nothing. Well, I guess probably never mind. Are these guys good? Make a demon attack another demon in crusade battle mode. 11.5% of players have this achievement. Baldy. Oh, time to see if this is a bad idea or not. I think it might be. I think it's a terrible idea. What can you do? Oh, let's. How many finance points do we have right now? Let's do a little buff. Hei, Alfa. Hvordan går det, frøken? Bra på senga? You're not a threat, you're a popsicle. Har du vært ute i regnet, eller? Har du vært ute i regnet, frøken? Hæ? Har du vært ute i regnet? Er det regnjenta? Er det jenta som er ute i regnet? Hæ? Gævling jente som er ute i regnet. Hæ? Er ikke sus? Ikke noe sus? Takk. Jeg fikk jente. Alright. Do I bet on a morale here? Let's say, okay, so if I can stun them, that's good. Let's move these guys forward first. Let's move this dude forwards. Nice. Okay, those guys are stunned now. Then I can kill the Blood Ragers. Morale bonus. Oh. Okay, these guys are literally stuck up here. Pretty good damage. Oi. Lukter du etter nå? Hæ? Lukter du etter nå? Skal en bete godis? Hæ? Skal to bete med godis? Skal tre bete med godis? Opp her da. Opp her. Godis! Er det godis? Har du jenta? We'll run away now, immediately, since we got her candies. Oh, that's a big attack. Boom! Okay. Pretty big. Oh, okay, GG. Nice. I mean, clearly being carried by marksman and by a stun, but still pretty decent. Pretty happy with that. The soldiers have wiped out a gang of wild and bloodthirsty killers, descendants of Sarkoris who bent their knees before the demons. The chief, a vicious witch in blood-stained clothes, died clasping her most precious relic. I see and continues stream of moon effect on the chaotic characters. Ugh! Awful. Ugh. Oh, level up. Can we defeat this army? That looks very sketchy, but we should try for sure. Ah, military council time. Commander, the scouts have brought troubling news. Kuramazdes has been spotted near threshold he's gathering. No, not an army, but a horde, the likes which has never been seen. All those victories you have had over him were an affront to the Abyss. The general the demons were most proud of, the one they revered, lost to some mortal, and the very thought of it enrages them. Now those who call themselves the champions of the Abyss are converging under his banner. Most wicked, brutal, and dangerous demonic warriors. We're not facing another skirmish, but a decisive battle. It will determine which of you deserves the title of the greatest military leader in this war. Captain Odan's eyes, despite his unusual and passive demeanor, now gleam frantically. But Kuramazdes is not the only one with powerful allies. Your victories have elevated your authority to such heights that the best warriors of Golarion would consider it an honor to stand alongside you in this battle. Why don't we send an official offer of military cooperation to Molthune? The Imperial Army is strong and disciplined, and could be a great use to us. Lastwell and Mendev have much more in common. Lastwell, too, must hold the line against dark forces. The Shining Crusade are of every bit as noble as the Mendavian Crusaders. Maybe we could call them to our aid. I would suggest contacting the Esoterium Lodge. It's a private and rather powerful Shalaxian group of wizards from Corentin. Their members have combat experience. They are skilled spellcasters, and I know how we can secure their support. After a brief sly grin, Greybor puts on an innocent look and says, if you want to get yourself some intrepid allies who know a thing or two about killing monsters, ask the Dragon Slayers, sure. We're not at war with dragons here, but if the monster is big, scaly, and breathes fire, what difference does it make? Shifters are as rare as hen's teeth these days, but even so, they haven't died out in Golarion. I sent out a dispatch to our old allies in the lands where the ancient ways have not yet been forgotten, and I got an answer. They live. My brothers and sisters in faith who carry the power of wild beasts within them are alive. Call them, and they will come. Shifters sound like they could be really powerful. Who are these champions of the Abyss? A pack of most vicious and skillful slayers of mortals, once one could imagine. Many demons see Golarion as their hunting ground. They boast how many mortals they've killed, how many raids they've been in, how many prisoners they've captured. The very idea that a bunch of Golarians kept defeating a renowned general of the Abyss is anathema to them. Hermastet summoned them to join his retaliatory force. They all serve different demon lords, have different goals, and rarely see eye to eye. They have only two things in common. They're all excellent and fearsome fighters, and they're all eager to teach mortals a lesson in obedience. Why can't we accept help from all who offer it? These warriors and armies who take pride in their stature and invisibility. To be the ones who aided the legendary commander of Mendev Crusade would bring them esteem, but to be just one of many would bring humiliation. What? Alas, they're not driven by the desire to save Golarion, but by ambition and their faith in you, and by their own pride. Yeah, dude, if I was just one out of the 50 armies that helped literally prevent the Golarion from being consumed by the world wound, I'd be humiliated. I don't know what to say. Still, tell me more about Lastwall. They live in constant anticipation of being attacked because their neighbor is Virlish, the resting place and prison of the Spring Tyrant himself. Lastwall has become a bastion of purity and the ideals of Iomedae. The whole country is prepared to mobilize at any moment to begin a new shining crusade. I doubt they'll send us the troops who are guarding the border, but many high-ranking and pious clerics could answer our call. Lastwall doesn't need their help at this very moment, but the evil in the north must be contained. I've been to the Cathedral of Sancta Iomedae in the capital of Lastwall, and I've spoken to his prioress, Second Sword Knight Alunia Varvatos. I'm sure that she and her fellows will answer our call. Rachel, tell me about the Esoterium Lodge. They are based in Corentin, in southern Sheliax. The organization strictly follows the ideology of Hell, and the primary consists of former and active officers of Sheliax's navy. Given that Corentin is simultaneously a key trading port and a military foothold against Garon's expansion, the Lodge possesses substantial resources and does not shy away from military action. I'm aware that the Esoterium have been amassing their forces lately, seeking out talented spellcasters and training them in military and magical arts. We could convince them to use this might in our war. My brothers from the Order of the Chain hold some sway in Carrington and could serve as brokers in our negotiation. I've heard some dark rumors about the Lodge. Those are some sinister allies, and I think twice before inviting them to join the crusade. Greybor, did I miss something? Or are we now fighting dragons, not demons? No, but the monsters that oppose us are just as mighty and immense. Why not make use of it? Dragon Slayers are a unique class of killer. Given that their enemies are unbelievably powerful and every hunt could become their last, they can be quite conceit and won't enter just anyone's service, but our fame will certainly impress them. Dragon Slayers know how to handle a massive, deadly opponent, and I bet ours won't be ready for what they have in store. Dragon Slayers do indeed live every day like it's their last. I've encountered them myself, and I can say with confidence that every one of them is a daredevil, unable to envision a life without risk. The Crusade can find more worthy allies. Olvery, tell me more about your fellow shifters. Shifters are akin to druids, only our art is much more ancient. It's just older than spell and runes. It may be older than speech itself. Golarion has forgotten the primordial mysteries of talons and fangs, but there are some who remember. In the depths of the Varden Forest, on the frozen peaks of the realm of the Mammoth Lords, amidst the hills of the Old Beskin, they are not Sarkorians, no, but they are children of nature as I am. And they have hatred of the Uglins that turned a flourishing land into the whirlpool. In other words, a crowd of disorganized barbarians from every corner of Aviston. What good will it do to bring a horde of unwatched savages down upon us all? How will Maltuni warriors help us, Captain Odan? Over the years, the Maltoon has the Motun has spent expanding their borders, their army has gained a respectable amount of combat experience. Since the ambition of the young state had to be backed with serious military power, they formed a national army, mostly made up of members of their underclass, immigrants, and even wild races like hobgoblins and nagas. To make such a motley horde into a real army, their officers created a system of absolute uniformity regarding equipment, tactics, and training. They enforced iron discipline, fearlessness, and complete subordination to commanding officers. Malthun is greedy and ambitious. Before you know it, they'll see themselves not as allies, but as friendly interventionists who have a strong claim to the lands they reclaimed from the demons, then Mendev, and we'll have another war. Knights of Ozem. Uh, 18 to 25 versus what? This doesn't seem worth it. What, these knights are just worse. They have slightly more health, slightly more AC, but they do way less damage, and ultimately damage is king in this mode. Arden veterans become Arcanists. Ah, Cone of Cold. That's interesting. Okay. That is interesting. Ooh, overpowered. Overpowered. Okay, well, I think I know what I'm picking. That's... I mean... these shifters look really good too. These shifters are really good. I mean, look at the damage they're dealing. They're doing. We go from 42 max damage to 55 max damage. And the average is over 8 higher. They have more health. Insane speed. Dude, these are just worse. Okay, well, I mean, the Dragon Slayers. The Dragon Slayers are crossbow guys that deal 165 damage per unit. That's crazy. And a generous gift to the Dragon Slayers Guild. I'll make sure the scribes attach a list of the monsters of the commander has slain personally. Dragon Slayers always hungry for glory. They'll jump at a chance to fight shoulder to shoulder with such a famous and deadly figure. Well, we could certainly use new allies. The most gruesome battle in the history of the Crusades awaits us. Either we will prevail over Cromastet, the abyss itself, or we will fall, defending Golarion to its last. Commander, I request. Captain Odin stops short, looks around the room frowning, then shakes his head. Though this isn't the time to make it, when you have some spare minute, please come and find me. I would like to discuss something very important to me, something very personal. I will be grateful if you could talk before our armies set out to battle the champions of the abyss. Why can't he just wait for me?
I'm gone.
Now I have to do loading screens. Ugh. Odin looks paler than usual, his voice trembles nervously. Commander, now that our troops are in excellent shape and are ready for action, I request to be sent to the front lines to serve as a field officer. Why do you want that? Odin clenches his fists in desperation. An automatic show of emotion for a normally imperturbable captain. I've been preparing for this battle for decades. My duty to my fallen comrades forbids me from hiding behind others. I'm tired of living under the weight of my sins. Perhaps in battle I can free myself from the burden. Are you sure you can handle going back to the front lines? All 200 of my dead brothers and sisters are waiting for me to do my duty. I will not allow myself to stumble under their gaze. General Odin is recruited. Oh, this is good though. I feel like I should let him go. I'll let you go. Fight valiantly. Odin's posture becomes somehow even straighter. Thank you, Commander. I will leave for the front lines at once.
We do it my way.
I feel like that makes sense. I feel that's a good story arc for that guy. Even if it makes the least sense from a power gaming perspective. Let's take a little gander at Mr. Odin here. Maybe we can, you know, put him in one of these armies instead of the person we already have there. I can't... I saved, that way I guess I can recall her. Oh, okay. Recall General. Oh, he's level 15! He has a bunch of Master Maneuver, he has Stone Throw, Weakening Trap Entry, sorry, Burning Liquid. Do we replace her? Or do we replace the other guy? I feel like Iron Bregwell has been like with us from the start. This dude, who's also way lower level, makes more sense, I think. So this army is worse though. Alright, Odin's in. Oh my god, we have 2 more dudes we can put in here now. That's crazy. What is... Oh. Okay. Weird flex, but okay. I'll put this guys in the corner. We have 1 more dude we can put in here, so I guess we can think about something to recruit. These would be cool. They're just extremely expensive to the point where it's like buying them is just inconceivable almost. How does this end of these places that I haven't like upgraded properly? I care. Better listen to me. A legend of archery. Do 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 do.